All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody good? Okay, my name is Charles D'Agostino. I'm the owner of D'Agostino Financial. Thank you all for coming out. Before we get started, we're going to do a couple of quick housekeeping items. Number one, if everybody can make sure their phone is on silent or vibrate, I would greatly appreciate it. Good deal. Number two, I would ask that we hold any questions until the end of the presentation. Here's why. If I ask just one question, answer just one question, what's going to happen? 10 hands are going to go in the air and we're going to be here all night. Most likely any question that you have is going to get answered in the presentation tonight. If not, while everybody's having dinner, I'm going to be coming around and we'll answer any questions that we didn't get answered tonight. So if we could please hold all questions, I'd greatly appreciate it. And then number three, I would ask that we don't have any side conversations at the table. And here's why. It's distracting to me, but more importantly, it's distracting to your neighbor. There are some people in the room tonight that are here just for a free dinner, and that's fine, all right? But there are some other people in this room that desperately need help. Their spouse could have passed away. They don't understand what's going on with their finances. They're getting their statements every month. They don't know how to read them. They don't know what they have. The statements might as well be in Spanish. They're scared and they need help. When you're having a side conversation at the table, it's distracting to them, all right? There are people sitting in this room right now to where I could have been serving ham sandwiches in the parking lot and they still would have showed up. That's who I'm here to help. When you're having side conversations, you're interfering with that. All right? Can everybody understand that? Perfect. And the last thing, you'll see that gold sheet. All right? We would ask that you fill that out. If you haven't already, it's fine. You can fill it out during dinner. What's important on there, though, is you see that box that says yes. If you feel like tonight we can help you, check yes on that box and come see us. All right? And then two more quick things. Number one, we're not for everybody. And that's okay. Number two, we're not like everybody else. I keep things incredibly simple. This is not a cloak and dagger show where we're going to get you to have a meeting and a second meeting and a third meeting and a fourth meeting. And it's going to take 2 or 3 meetings for you to figure out what it is that I actually do. No. Our first meeting is now, right now. Tonight, you're going to know exactly what we do, why we do it, and how we help our clients. And we're going to keep it incredibly simple. I'm not going to have a PowerPoint where you got 50 slides and you're 10 times more confused than when you walked in. Has anybody ever been to a financial presentation before? The guy gets up, for the first 20, 30 minutes, he sits up and yaps about how smart he is and all his accolades, and then he starts showing you a PowerPoint, and 4 or 5 slides in, you're looking around going, good grief, when is this going to be over? That's not what we're going to do tonight. We're going to keep this incredibly simple. You're going to know exactly what we do and why we do it. All right? So, again, my name is Charles D'Agostino. I'm the owner of D'Agostino Financial. That's Dag-O-Stino. All right? But what's my motto? Keep it simple. So from tonight and here on out, we're going to go with Charles. Charles is a whole lot easier than D'Agostino. All right, before I introduce myself, I want to introduce Amy Bowman. Amy Bowman is my client manager. She is my right-hand man. Without her, these events do not happen. Without her, my 2 offices do not run. She is my backbone. Amy grew up in Mobile. She went to McGill-Tillman High School and then later went on to USA to get a degree in finance, and she's now a resident of Daphne. Like most of our clients, if you do business with us, you're going to like me, but you're going to like Amy more, and that's okay. All right? I'm a resident of Mobile. I'm originally from Baton Rouge. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Not going to get it tonight? Okay, that's all right. There's a 50-50 shot that somebody yells out Roll Tide when I say I'm from Baton Rouge. Yep, I know. I either get a Roll Tide, a War Eagle, and every now and then I'll get lucky and I'll get a Go Tigers. I didn't go to any of those schools though. I went to Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, Louisiana. While at Southeastern, I was getting a degree in finance. I got an internship at Merrill Lynch. I was 19 years old, and that's when I started my career in the financial industry. And it was a really great experience. I was 19 years old walking the halls of Merrill Lynch. It was the first time I got to see the stock market, the bond market, treasuries. It was the first time I put on a suit in a professional manner. They let me sit in on meetings, and it was a very, very great experience. And then while I was still in college, after my internship was over, I got hired on by two groups. And at 20 years old, I became the executive vice president of the MC and MC division. For those who are not familiar with the MC and MC division, that stands for making coffee and making copies. I was still a student worker there. I had a really, really great experience. Graduated college, got on with a private firm. Did that for some time. I was given an opportunity to move to Mobile. I took it and then later started my own firm. And now I have two offices, one in Daphne and one here in Mobile. Throughout my time in Baton Rouge and Mobile, I had a lot of great mentors. I was very, very fortunate for that. I had a lot of good people take me under their wing. I learned a lot about the market, a lot of things that I liked. I learned some things that I didn't like, which we'll get to tonight, but I was very, very fortunate. And I don't want to get off onto a religious tangent, but I believe in somebody up above. And that somebody up above put some good people in my life. And I was very, very fortunate for that. But you know who my two greatest mentors were? Above all else? My parents, my mom and my dad. And my mom and my dad weren't financial gurus. They weren't business tycoons. You ask my mom and dad what the NASDAQ is, they tell you it was a candy bar. My dad was a salesman for a local liquor distributor, and my mom was a residential real estate agent for C.J. Brown. What I learned from both of them from a young age is how to take care of people, how to back up your word, okay? During the summers, on the weekends, couldn't find a babysitter for me and my little brother, we'd have to go on ride-alongs with my dad. Any place that sold liquor, gas station, grocery store, restaurant. Every single time we walked into a restaurant or a grocery store, the managers, the staff, they knew my dad. Hey, Mr. Bubby, hey, Mr. Bubby. Everybody loved it because he took care of people. My mom, same thing. During the summers, on the weekends, couldn't find a babysitter, we'd have to go on showings with her. And we watched how she worked with her clients. She wasn't like a lot of real estate agents that just focused on the commission. She focused on you and your family. She looked at it from woman to woman, wife to wife, mother to mother. That's what she focused on. And we learned that growing up. Now, I knew as a young kid, as a teenager, my parents were good people, but I didn't realize how important and special that was until about 20 years ago when I started to get my own clients, all right? And that's how we operate our business. Because I know what everybody in this room is thinking right now. When can I retire? Am I going to have enough money? Will my loved ones be okay? That's how I operate. That's how my mom did. See, my mom didn't sell houses. She sold homes. There's a big difference. A house, that's something you and your buddies lived at in college. A home, that's where you start and raise your family. That's what my mom did. So when people come in our office, they sit at my conference table, I already know what you're thinking. Again, when can I retire? Am I going to have enough money? Will my wife, my husband, my kids, my grandkids, will they be okay when I pass? That's how we operate, okay? All right, what we're going to do now is hand out some booklets. They're real easy. We'll get through them quick, okay? Everybody got one? All right, everybody good? We'll make y'all do a little writing tonight. You're going to have to do a little work. Okay, let's go to page 1. Understand your money. First thing we see is low interest rates. Whew. Let me go ahead and tell y'all this right now. I am done talking about interest rates. For the last 12 months, I've given these presentations. And I probably shouldn't tell y'all this because it's going to make me look bad. But I'm open and honest. Every single one of these events, I said there is no way they can raise interest rates again. I don't have a crystal ball, maybe, but I just don't see how they can raise interest rates again. And guess what? I was wrong every single time. So if y'all are going to sit here and ask me what interest rates are going to do, ask somebody else, because I haven't been right the last 12 months. But I'll say it again, I don't see how they can raise them again. But I don't know. We'll have to see. The market, 3 types of stock market performance. We've got up, down, flat. This isn't rocket science. If you put money in the stock market, it's either going to go up, it's going to go down, or it's going to run flat. Well, let's talk about each one of them. An up market. Well, we like that. Everybody's making money, right? Let's talk about a down market. Ooh, we don't like that. But what does Wall Street tell us a down market is? It's a buying opportunity. A buying opportunity for who? Our money's already in the market. We can't use the money out of our checking or savings. That's the money we use to live and for emergencies. So unless you've got some big bonus at work or some inheritance, who's it a buying opportunity for, right? And we've got flat. With up, down, and flat, if you could pull one away, which one would you take away? The down market, right? If you like the idea of the down being pulled away from that equation, stick with me. I'm going to show you how. That's what we do for our clients. We pull the down away to where it never comes back. All right? What some experts say. Okay? Well, before we get into that, let's define what an expert is. I can tell you right now, it's not me. Every morning I wake up about 4:45, 5 o'clock. I put on a pot of coffee and I turn on CNBC. I like them because all they do is talk about business. Bond market, treasuries, stock market. But every 5 minutes they got somebody new on there. They got the guy from Goldman Sachs, the lady from Morgan Stanley, some Harvard, Yale professor. And every 10 minutes somebody's got a different reason on why the market's going to do this, that, and the other. I'll tell you who the true expert needs to be. It needs to be you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about helping people. Amy and I love what we do. But at the end of the day, your finances are your responsibility. You need to be the expert. We're here to help you, but you need to be the expert. Okay? But let's talk about it. What the experts say. Over time, the market outperforms everything. Well, not really. It's all about when you got in and when you got out. Second thing is, who are you talking to? Are you talking to somebody in their 20s and 30s? Are you talking to somebody in their 50s, 60s, and 70s? Over time. Well, give me a definition of what that is. Is that 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? I don't know. Next one, safety through diversification. I like that. Don't put all your eggs in, there you go, one basket, all right? Safety through diversification. I don't like the word diversification. You know why? The first thing I think of when I hear diversification is risk. Well, if it's not risky, why do we need to diversify, right? True safety is the ability to not lose money ever, no matter what. That's what we do for our clients. In the last 12 months, I've seen a lot of people shift to bonds. Well, guys, when interest rates go up, what happens to the value of the bonds? They go down. You're getting diversified the last 12 months? All you're doing is rearranging the chairs on the deck of the Titanic. All right? Buy stocks and mutual funds. Well, I like that. All right? I own stocks and mutual funds. Our clients do too, partly. And the closer they get to retirement, the more they get into retirement, the less and less that needs to be. Here's the issue I have with stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, all right? For most financial advisors, for most brokers, it's the only tools they have. That's the tools they have in their toolbox, right? You call a plumber over to your house, he's going to pull out a wrench. A painter's going to pull out a brush, a carpenter's going to pull out a hammer. A financial advisor, they're going to pull out stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. But we can't have the same tools for everybody. Think about it like this. You've got a 24, 25-year-old who's fresh out of college, fresh out of trade school, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. You get somebody in their mid-40s in their prime earning years, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. You get somebody in their late 60s, 70s, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. We can't have the same tools for everybody. Does that make sense? Okay. Paying fees is normal. I want you to take your pen, put a big X through normal, and then I want you to write optional by it. Optional. Paying fees is optional. Our clients don't pay fees. Our clients have never paid fees. All right? Now, let's talk about fees for a second. The average financial advisory firm, they charge about 1%. And then if you're in mutual funds, they have these things called expense ratios, which can get close to another 1%. I think the national average for financial advisory firms is about 1.8. But let's say 2%. All right, you're paying 2% on your money. Let's do some easy math. Let's say you've got an account valued at $500,000. Well, what's 2% of that? That's $10,000. You span that out over 10 years, that's $100,000 in fees. And we all pay it. Why? Because it comes right out of our statement every month, right? If we had to write a check for that at the end of the year, it'd be a whole lot different, but it just comes out of our statement, all right? But let's talk about it. Let's say your account made 20% and you paid 2%, so you netted 18. Well, if we could do that every year, sign me up. Let's say your account made nothing. Did you still pay fees? Yeah. I don't like it, but I can stomach it. Don't like it, but I can stomach it. Let's say your account lost 10, 15, 20%. Did you still pay fees? We're in this together. We're in this together. My account went down 15, 20%. Y'all still charge a fee? That's not together in my book. And then the last one. Everyone loses money sometimes. Guys, if you don't take anything from me tonight, nothing, take this. It's not okay to lose money. Not anymore. All right? And it's not anybody's fault. We've been ingrained our entire lives. Hey, look, you do anything outside of your checking or savings account, you got to be okay with some kind of risk. You got to be okay with taking a loss. No more. We got to stop letting people tell us it's okay to lose money, all right? No more. It's not okay. Our clients do not lose money. Our clients have never lost money, all right? Younger purchasers versus older, more mature purchasers. Look, we all know the closer you get to retirement, the more you get into retirement, the less money you need to have at risk. We all know that. A good way to judge that is called the rule of 100. That's what we use. It's very simple. You take 100, subtract your age, that's the amount of money you should have at risk. So if you're 65 years old, take 100, subtract 65, you should have 35% of your money at risk. All right? Some of you may be following that. Some of you maybe not. But you got to think about why. Is that safe? Everybody drove here tonight, right? How fast did you drive to get here? 35, 45 miles an hour? You could have drove 90 to get here. Is that safe? You got 70, 80% of your money at risk. Is that safe? Is that prudent? All right? Okay, this last thing. This is not a trick question, and I've got some clients in the room. I would ask that y'all zip it. All right, real simple. What is this? Stop sign. What color is it? Red. What are we supposed to do at it? Stop. Very good. Okay, the one with the X, and it says RR crossing. What is that? Railroad crossing. Very good. What are we supposed to do with that? Stop, look, and listen. Very good. Every now and then I get somebody in the back that screams, hurry up and beat it. No, don't do that. All right, the last one. The one with the upside down triangle. What is that? Yield sign. What color is a yield sign? Red. Who said red? Guys, say it again, louder. Come on, what color is a yield sign? Yellow. Very good. What color is this? Red. We had a lady one time, she yelled out in the back. And she said, no. There is a yellow yield sign in front of our subdivision. My husband and I have been in that house for almost 40 years. They must have just changed it. I said, you know what? They're right. Yield signs will recently change from yellow to red. Does anybody know what year that was? 1971. Y'all laugh. You're going to see it tonight when you leave, and you're going to see it tomorrow when you're driving around. Yield signs have not been yellow in over 50 years. There has not been a yellow yield sign fabricated in this country in over 50 years. And I asked a simple question to the room, and 90% of y'all blurted out yellow. What's the point in running that exercise? To show that just because something is what we think it is, and it's been the case for so long, that's not the case anymore. Your retirement is the same way. Financial strategies you have that you're used to and that all you know throughout your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, that may not be the case anymore. All right, so we may have to start adjusting the way we're thinking when we're getting close to retirement and we're in retirement. Okay? All right, we're going to turn to page 2. And this is important because some of this changed January 1, and I'll go over it. Okay, so we see retirement plan rules, contribution limitations. Okay, everybody look. Okay, so you see IRA and then you see Roth. IRA is a traditional IRA. Roth is a Roth IRA. For both of them, you're going to see blank or blank, blank or blank. For the first two on the left, for IRA and Roth, I want you to write 6,500 for both of them, 6,500. That is the maximum you can contribute to your IRA under the age of 50. All right? For the next two, for IRA and Roth, I want you to write 7,500. 7,500. That is the maximum you can contribute over the age of 50. Now you're going to ask me what changed. It used to be 6,000 and 7,000. Now it's 6,500 and 7,500. Okay? All right, we see 401k employer dependent. I'm not going to go into that too much because everyone's company's policies are different. Everyone 401k provider is different. So they're all different plans, so I don't go into it too much. Here's the two numbers you need to write down. 22,500 and 30,000. 22,500, 30,000. 22,500 is the maximum you can contribute under the age of 50. 30,000 is the maximum you can contribute over the age of 50. All right? 59.5 rule. I'm sure a lot of you know what that is. For those who don't, 59.5 is the age you have to hit before you can start pulling from your retirement. If you do it before, the IRS imposes a 10% penalty. All right? Now, on that note, on 59.5, you don't have to answer me right now, but if anyone is 59.5 and you're still working, we can get that money out of your 401k into a safe place. And it is incredibly easy. It's called a rollover. We'll go from a 401k to an IRA. I do it every day. It's incredibly simple. Here's the deal. You can do it with no penalties, no fees, no taxes. It is called an in-service distribution. We can do it for a 401k, 403b, 457. It's very easy. It's called a rollover. We'll go from 401k to IRA. All right? So if you were 59.5 and still working, I want you to check yes on that box. It's called an in-service distribution. All right? Come see us. Here's another good thing too. You can still keep contributing to your 401k and getting the match. And your employer could not care less. So if you're 59.5 or older and still working, check yes and come see us. All right? This last one, 73 rule. That's the age which you have to start pulling from your retirement account. I can already look in the room and see who's taking RMDs. Don't get mad at me. That's the IRS doing that, not me. All right? For those who don't know, it's called an RMD, Required Minimum Distribution. When you hit 73, you've got to start pulling from your retirement account. All right? If you don't, the IRS will impose a 50% penalty on what you're supposed to take out. All right? Now, some of you are going to ask what changed. January 1, it went from 72 to 73. Okay? All right. Let's go to page 3. Qualified retirement plan issues. Number one problem, too much risk and too many fees. Have you thought about other options? Okay? Here's some examples of commonly used retirement products. All right, number one, I want us to write stocks and mutual funds. Stocks and mutual funds. I'm not going to go into that too much. We talked about it on page 1. We love them when they're here. We don't love them when they're here. And for most financial advisors, most brokers, it's the only tools they have in the toolbox. Okay? Number 2, I want us to write variable annuity. Variable annuity. Variable annuity. Okay, once you're done writing that, I want everybody to look at it. After variable annuity, don't write just yet. After variable annuity, I want you to write dash, and then I want you to write in capital letters, B-A-D, bad. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. You see where it says what you need to know? I'm going to talk about these in detail. Number 1, I want you to write 3 to 4% in fees. 3 to 4% in fees. Number 2, I want you to write market risk. 3 to 4% in fees, market risk. Here's the deal with a variable annuity. The fees are through the roof. We had a client one time. She wasn't a client at the time, but she came to one of my presentations. She says, look, I got a variable annuity. I want to come sit with you. I said, okay. So in between this presentation and the meeting, she had called her variable annuity provider. And this is a very sizable account. It was close to $400,000. And she came to my office and she said, look, you know, I'm only paying $35 a year in fees. I said, okay. Well, I said, well, let's call the company. So she sat down at my conference table. We called the company. I said, look, we've got a mutual client. She answered some security questions. I said, look, I just want to ask a couple of questions. What is she paying in fees? And they said $35. I said, okay. What is she paying in mortality and expense, sub-account management, death benefit rider, income benefit rider? We added it all up. It was 3.4% in fees. She had paid $14,000 in fees, and she had had this for 5 years. She paid $70,000 in fees, and she thought she wasn't paying anything. And then to add insult to injury, I said, well, if Miss So-and-so would have passed away, what would her beneficiaries have got? Oh, whatever was valued at the time of the market. I said, oh, so this money's at risk. So if the market went down 20%, she had passed away, that's what her beneficiaries would have got? I said, yeah. I said, okay. She paid $70,000 in fees. We got it all fixed that day with a swipe of a pen, and it was a simple transfer. We went from IRA to IRA, and we got it taken care of, all right? So if you've got a variable annuity, or even think you do, come sit with us. At least let me make that call for you. I've got a cheat sheet that sits on my conference table, and I know exactly what to ask, all right? So if you've got a variable annuity, come sit with us, all right? Let's go to my book here. Everybody know Miss Orman, Susie Orman? For those who don't know, Susie Orman is a financial advisor and TV personality. She's very smart, but what I like about her is she keeps it simple. She doesn't try to talk over people's head and sound smart. She keeps it real simple, and I like it. So this book, The Road to Wealth, in the back section of it, there's a section where people call in and email in questions. This one, my financial advisor is recommending that I buy a variable annuity within my retirement account. What should I do? Find yourself another financial advisor, pronto, okay? You got a variable annuity, come see us. Look, you don't have to write these down, but I want to read out some of the most common variable annuity providers. Hartford, Bright House, AIG, Prudential, Pacific Life, MetLife, Lincoln Financial, John Hancock, and VALIC. All right? Okay, I'm going to put my booklet down. I'm going to go to my charts. I've got 3 of them. They're incredibly easy. We'll get through them quick. Okay, all right. Before I show you the chart, the numbers are too small. I know you can't read them. I'm going to tell you what they are. All you need to do is focus on the graph. All right? So again, I know nobody in the room can see these numbers, but all you need to do is focus on the line. I'll tell you what it is. All right? Well, before I show you my chart, what's the best way to look at the market, what it's done in the past and what it's currently doing? An index, right? Who are our 2 most well-known indexes? The Dow and the S&P 500, right? The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 30 companies we all know of. Walmart, Chevron, Caterpillar. You know, Dow's great. Dow only has 30 companies. Excuse me. The S&P 500, the Standard & Poor's 500, has got 500 companies. So it pretty much covers every industry and sector out there, and it gives us a much better grasp of what the market's done and what it's currently doing. Okay? So this is what this is. Okay? This is the S&P 500. All right. On the bottom here, this is years. All right? So this is 1999 all the way up until the middle of last year. So 1999 each year until the middle of 2022. This is $100,000. So $100,000 invested in 1999, this is what it has done up until the middle of last year, right? Okay, well let's start here. We put $100,000 in the stock market. It goes up. Good, right? Does our broker say sell? Well, no, you can't sell. You're making money. And then what happens? Boom, major market crash. This was 9/11, dot-com bubble burst, tech market crash. Now we're down here at the bottom. Do we sell? Is it, what is it? Buy high, sell low? Or, oh no, yeah, it's buy low and sell high. So we're down here, and we gotta stay. But it's all right. That's when the broker and the financial advisor, they pull out their terms, all right? It's just a market correction. It's a paper loss. It's okay because we're in for the long haul. Y'all have the same broker? So we wait. And then what happens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 great years. What a great run. But what do? We just got back to even. All right, it took us 5 years to do it. It'd have been nice if we got in down here, but most of us, our money was already in the market. And it took 5 years to get it back. All right? Now, at this point, I want to call a timeout. I want you to continue to look at this, but I just want to make something very clear to you all. It is not your broker's job to make you money. It is their job to keep it in the market. Why? Because of fees. The minute you get out the market, you're not a client anymore and the fees stop. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. Financial advisors and brokers are just like any other trade. They provide a service, they charge a fee, and turn a profit. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking for your broker to advise you on the right time to get out of the market, you're not going to get it. The minute you get out of the market, the fees stop. It's important you understand that. All right? Now, look. A lot of people in my industry, they will get up at these events and just bash brokers all night. That's not what I do. It's not my style, and it's just quite frankly not necessary. But, good, bad, or indifferent, it's important that you understand that your financial advisor, your broker, their number one obligation is to themselves and their firm. The minute you get out of the market, you're not a client anymore. You've got to remember that. All right? So we go back, 2008, boom, 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 big market crash. What caused that in 2008? I know a lot of y'all are going to say MBS, mortgage deal. You know what caused that? Greed. That's all it is. Wall Street got greedy. They created variable rate loans that should never existed in the first place, and people got qualified for loans that they shouldn't have got or they weren't ready to get. And who paid the price in 2008? Yeah, we did. It wasn't Wall Street. Oh yeah, Washington went in, slapped people on the wrist, put in some sanctions, new laws, put a couple people under. In 2008, good hard-working Americans got put on the street. We paid the price, not them. And it was all because they got greedy. And as simple as that. But, we're down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and get out those terms again. In for the long haul, market correction, it's a paper loss. Guys, who here has heard the term paper loss? Has anybody heard the term paper gain? Okay, so wait, let me get this straight. When we lose money in our account, it's just on paper. But when we make money, it's real. I never quite understood that. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Took us 5 years to get back to even. Got our money back. And then what happens? Whoa! Huge run. What a great time from here to here. Awesome. All right? But what were we doing during that time? What was the government doing? We were printing money. Are we not seeing the effects of that with inflation now? Yeah. Here's another problem with having such a good run like that. We get naive. I'm not picking on anybody in the room. I was guilty of it too. When you have such a good run like that, you forget that bad things like this and this can happen, right? And then COVID hits. Anybody remember opening their statement in April or May of 2020? Yeah. Your 401k went to a 201k real quick, right? That's the problem with a good run. 2020, end of it, we gained a little bit back. 21 was a good year, and then 22, we gave it all back. And in the last, 5-6 months of 2023, I don't know what to tell you. People ask me all the time, what do you think? I've been studying financial markets for almost 2 decades. And people ask me, well, is it going to be here, here, or here? I don't have a clue. It's that old joke on Wall Street, you be Jimmy Buffett or Warren Buffett. I don't know what it's going to do. I'll tell you what I do know, and y'all can raise your hand if you disagree with me. but this world is getting crazier by the minute. Right? So, now, one last thing on this chart, all right? You know what I think of when I see this? I think of the Beau Rivage, Isle of Capri, Golden Nugget, Hard Rock. That's all this is. It's one big casino. Think about it like this. When you go to the Beau Rivage and you stay a couple of nights, sometimes they give you a discounted room, free buffet voucher. Are they doing that because they like you? That's right. When you walk up to that blackjack table, that craps table, that slot machine, they hand you an ice cold beer, a glass of wine. Are they doing that because they want to be your buddy? Yeah, right. They want you to stay. This is no different. Now, does your broker, your financial advisor, do they want you to lose money? No, of course not. They want you to make money. But where the common bond is, no matter what, they want you to stay. And it's important you understand that. All right? And then one last casino analogy. And I've seen this throughout my career, but the last 12 months I've seen it a lot. People come into my office and they have an idea of the peak of what their account was. Some of them it was in 2019, some of them it was 2021, some of them it was before that. And they have a number in their head of whatever their account's highest peak was, right? And I use this example. Let's say you walk up to the blackjack table, you put down $200, and you're playing, you're having a good time, you're getting you some beers, you're having a good time with your wife, your husband, your friends, and you keep playing, and you get all the way up to $600, right? And then you keep playing, you get down to $400, and your wife says, honey, we've been at this all day and all night, I'm tired, I'm ready to go to bed, right? Or your husband says, sweetheart, we gotta go meet so-and-so at dinner, we gotta go. So at this point, you started with $200, and you had a great time, and you doubled your money. You're up to $400. What's the number you got in your head? Right. You're laughing, it's true. The $600, right? And you're not walking away until you get back to $600. And guys, what happens most of the time? You give it all back. This is no different, and I tell people that. It's like, look, you played the game, and you played it really, really well. You worked hard your whole life, you saved, you made good investments, and you did everything right. It's time now to maybe take those chips, put them in your pocket, and go cash them out, right? And people say, whoa, in 2019 my account was this. You never had that money because you didn't walk away. It's no different. You never had that $600. If you'd have put the chips in your pocket and went and walked away, you'd have had $600. Your accounts are not exactly the same, right? I have people tell me all the time, well, in 2019 was this. It doesn't matter. You played the game, you played it really well. Some of you sitting here tonight, it's time to put at least some of those chips in your pocket and go cash them out, okay? All right, next chart, super simple. 3%, real easy. This is $100,000, 3% compound. Real easy, right? You know what's funny? Look how many years 3% beat the market. Is that crazy? Now, let me ask you this. It's 2016 right now, all right? And I'm standing here giving a presentation in 2016. And I ask you, would you rather have your money on that red line or that blue line? Which one would you pick? Which one's better? Right, the blue line, all right? Now let's stand here. Let's go from 16 on, even with COVID. Which one did better? Well, the red line, right? What if I could give you a little bit of both? That's what we do for our clients, all right? Now, before I go to my next chart, let me ask everybody a question. Who here has insurance? Right, all of us. What do we insure? Our home, our car, our boat, our health, our life. We literally insure every single asset we own. I mean, think about it. You're not going to drive a car off the lot without insurance. You'd be crazy. You're not going to close on a home without having insurance, especially where we live when a Cat 5 could come up that bay at any point in time, right? We literally insure every single asset we have except for what? One of our biggest assets, our retirement. We will insure everything, but we have no problem leaving on one of our biggest assets, our retirement, out there at total risk, right? What if I could offer you something to get it protected? All right? Now, look at me here. This is your money. This is the market. Market goes up, you go up. Market goes down, you go down. Market goes way down, you go way down with it. What if I could offer you something where when the market goes up, you go up? Not quite as much as the market, but you still go up. When the market goes down, you stay the same. And when the market goes up, you go up. But you go up from here, not here. Excuse me, here. All right, let's go to this. This is a fixed index annuity. All right, we call it the green line. This is what we do for our clients. This is a fixed index annuity. All right, let's make up a client name. Let's say Miss Martha. Instead of Miss Martha putting money in the market, she puts it in a fixed index annuity. Market goes up, she goes up. Not quite as much as the market, but she still went up. You think Miss Martha was happy here? Yeah, right? When the market crashed, she stayed the same. The interest she made that year was locked in, and she didn't lose anything. Here's the great thing. When the market goes up again, she goes up. But she goes up from this point. She didn't have to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to do it. Same thing in 2008, so on and so forth. In 2020, you know how much money our clients lost? 0. That's right. At no point in time on this green line was there any risk. They didn't lose anything. Now look, our clients love us the entire time. But you know the years they love us the most? On the years they made nothing with us. 0. Why? All right, they didn't lose anything. Another thing is, at not one of these points were fees being paid. Right? Let's go back to this red line. Which one of these points was the money at risk? All right, all of them. Which one of these points were fees being paid? All of them. On this green line, there was not one point where her money was at risk. There is not one point where she had paid fees. Not in the beginning, not when she was making interest, not when she was staying the same. Not one time. All right? You know, I've asked people throughout my career, but I've done it a lot the last 12 months. If $100,000 magically appeared on the back of your doorstep, would you go put it in the market right now? And I said no. If it's not good enough to get in, why is it good enough to stay? Now see with this green line, this fixed index annuity, I ask people 2 questions when they come in my office. It's the same 2 questions, and I get the same 2 answers every time. If your account went up 20%, would your lifestyle change? No, not really. Would you buy a new car, a new boat? No. Would you go on a vacation that you hadn't already planned? No. So what you're telling me is making 20%, your lifestyle really wouldn't change. No, not really. I said, okay, here's the second question. If your account went down 20%, would your lifestyle change? And every single time they look right down, they're going, no. And we definitely have to think about things. I said, well, you know, you may have to tighten your belt. You know, maybe have to rethink some vacations. You're getting close to retirement and you want to retire in a year or 2 and now it's got to be 5, 6, or 7 years. How's that going to make you feel? Oh, not good. So what you're telling me is making 20% is not as important as not losing 20%. Right? The answer is yes to that. This is what you need to do. Okay? Now, let's go to our back to our booklet. Page 4, we can skip. That's the insurance example. Let's go to page 5. For that top line, I want us to write green line, dash fixed index annuity. Green line dash fixed, F-I-X-E-D, index, I-N-D-E-X, and then annuity, A-N-N-U-I-T-Y. Green line fixed index annuity. All right? Take your time. Green line dash fixed index annuity. All right? Who offers them? Large insurance carriers. And we only work with A-rated or better. And you're going to ask me, well, what's better than A? AA and A+. We work with the largest, best, highest rated carriers out there. All right? Now, I am telling you, you can get a good return with absolutely no risk. You think that comes with some catches? Let's go ahead and talk about them now. There are 2 catches. Catch number 1, I want us to write time, 5 to 10 years. Time, 5 to 10 years. Now, you can take out 10% each year if you need it. It's called free withdrawal. You can do a 10% free withdrawal. So just simple math. If you were to put $100,000 in here, each year if you needed it, you could take out up to $10,000 penalty free. All right? But we need to be okay with time with 5, 10 years. Catch number 2. I want us to write max, M-A-X, gain. Max gain. What that means is if the market shoots up, you're not going to get all of that. You're going to get a good return, but you're not going to get all of it. All right? Let me explain this a little bit differently. All right? Like I said in the beginning, tonight's our first meeting. I want to be very upfront with everybody. All right? Everybody look at me. Who here wants to make 20, 25% returns? Everybody good with 20, 25% returns? Everybody okay with that? All right, I can give you a 100% guarantee that you will never do that with me. Not gonna happen. If you're looking to make 20, 25% and you're okay with the risk that comes with that, that's fine. Stay where you're at. This is not for you. 15%? Maybe, but I wouldn't bet on that. All right? This product is designed for growth and safety, not chasing returns. I want to be very clear about that. All right? Okay, under don't, I want us to write hidden fees. We do not want hidden fees. Write hidden fees. And when I say fees, you know what I mean. Not like that variable annuity example where it's fees. I mean everything. No hidden fees. Number 2, no track record. Right, no track record. And what I mean by that is they've got some great annuity providers out there, but they've only been doing it 5 to 6 years, and that's not enough track record for me. Nothing wrong with them, but we work with the carriers that wrote the book on fixed index annuities, and I mean that literally. Okay? Let's go to do. What do we want? I want us to write no fees. I want to stress that, no fees. And then 2, I want us to write A-rated or better. A-rated or better. Okay, before we go to the next page, I'm going to ask everybody a favor, all right? I hope you can understand this. I hope you can respect it. Tonight, I am not going to tell you the carriers that I sell for. Here's why, and I hope you can understand it. If I tell you the carriers that I sell for, what are you going to do between now and the meeting? You're going to go do research. And where are you going to go to do research? Yeah, that's right. The internet, the almighty Google machine where everything is right. Guys, what are you going to find on the internet? Are you going to find good things, bad things, reviews? What are you going to find? You're going to find what you're looking for. And it is simple as that. All right? If you're looking for a reason not to do this, let me save you the time. It is out there. All right? I work with some of the largest, highest rated carriers out there. All right? And they have got some horrible products. Horrible. They've got some really, really great products too. I know the difference. Here's the example I use. Let's look at the Ford Motor Company, right? My buddy in high school, he drove a Ford pickup truck. College, Ford pickup truck. All through his 30s, 40s, mid-50s, Ford pickup truck. You know what he drives now? Brand new F-250 King Ranch. He'll never drive anything but a Ford pickup. Go ask him what he thinks about Ford. See what he says. Now, go find somebody who drove a Ford Pinto in the 70s. Y'all laugh. Remember that car he used to catch on fire? Go ask them what they think about Ford. Who's right? All right? Anybody can go to IamRight.com and find what you're looking for. All right? So again, I'll tell you the carriers when I'm in my office. I hope you can understand it. I hope you can respect it. All right. Let's go to page 6. Let's talk about our products. Okay. Before you write anything, in that top column, you're going to see RRR. That stands for reasonable rate of return. Reasonable rate of return. Okay, product number 1, fixed index annuity. For time, I want us to write 5. This is a 5-year product. Reasonable rate of return, 4 to 7%. Fees, 0. Liquidity, 10% free withdrawal. So again, you were to do $100,000, you could take out $10,000 penalty free. Bonus, I want us to write 0. This product has a 0 bonus. Okay, product number 2, fixed index annuity. Time, I want us to write 10. This is a 10-year product. Reasonable rate of return, 4 to 7%. Fees are 0. 10% free withdrawal yearly. And then bonus, I want us to write 10%. This is an upfront 10% bonus. All right? Product number 3, time, I want us to write 10 years. Reasonable rate of return, 4 to 7%. Our fees are 0. 10% free withdrawal yearly. All right? For bonus, I want us to write 25%. We're going to get 25%. So if you were to put in $100,000 day 1, your account would grow to $125,000. And you would start earning interest from that $125,000. Okay? Now, I want to be up front. You got a carrier that's willing to give you 25% day 1. You think that comes with some catches? All right, let's talk about them now. That bonus is designed to be used as lifetime income. So when you turn on lifetime income within this annuity, you're going to get a guaranteed payment for the rest of your life. And it is increasing. So each year that payment goes with the index. So it'll either be the same or it will go up. You can take it as singular joint, meaning just for you, or you pass away, your spouse will continue to get the payment. All right, so it's meant to be used as increasing lifetime income. Second catch, the death benefit. You pass away, your beneficiaries will get every single dollar. They just got to take it out over 5 years. All right, so very simple. All right, you do $100,000 day 1. Your account is going to grow to $125,000. Then, God forbid, 2 weeks later, something happens and you pass away. Your loved ones, your husband, your wife, your kids, your grandkids, your church, whoever, is going to get every single dollar, the entire $125,000. They're going to get it with no fees, no red tape, and most of all, no probate. The only catch is they got to take it out over 5 years. Now, our clients love that. Why? 2 reasons. What's the benefit about taking that out over 5 years that our clients love? Right? They don't blow it. Taxes. Good. They don't blow it. They don't get hit with taxes all at once. Okay? All right. One thing on this though, regardless of what products we go with, there is a minimum of $10,000. So we've got to have at least $10,000 to do this. Also, you're doing business with an annuity carrier. They're very strict and very reserved. So you need to have at least $30,000 to $40,000 somewhere else in order to do this. So again, the minimum is $10,000, but you got to have $30,000, $40,000 somewhere else. And it can't be your house. It's got to be in checking, savings, CDs, some other brokerage account. All right? I can't take your last $20,000, $30,000. I'm not going to do it. The carrier won't let me. So we need to have some kind of money outside of what you're going to do with me. All right? Okay, let's go to page 7, frequently asked questions. What's my financial professional going to say? Well, let me save you the time. They're not going to like it. Why? Because you're taking fees away from them. You're moving money from your broker. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about their next paycheck being less. That's why they're going to get upset. They're not going to like it. First thing they're going to do is attack the annuity. You're tying up your money. You're not. You can take out 10% if you need to, and you can take out more. You just have to pay a small surrender charge, okay? But you can take out 10% penalty free, all right? So you're not tying up your money. Second thing they're going to do is say, you can make way more money somewhere else. Yeah, that's true. Does that come with risk? Does it come with the chance that I have to make 5 years to get it back? We still haven't recovered from COVID. So does it come with risk? Yeah. You can go try to make 150% doing cryptocurrency. Y'all want to go try that? Yeah, didn't think so. You wouldn't be sitting in this room if you were going to do risky stuff like that. I mean, think about it, guys. What's my broker going to say? What are you expecting to do? Yes, go do this. In fact, when I get off the phone with you, I'm going to call every one of my clients and tell them to go get into it. I mean, come on. Then once they realize attacking the annuity is not going to work, they're going to attack me. I've never had a complaint against me in my life. So that goes nowhere fast. All right? What happens if I die after I buy this? Your loved ones, your wife, your husband, your kids, they get every single dollar. No fees, no red tape, and no probate. And they get it immediately. With the exception of that big bonus product, they got to take it out over 5 years. Okay? Can I move over my existing IRAs and 401ks without paying taxes? Yes, and it is incredibly easy. We do it every day. It's called a rollover. We can go from 401k, 403b, 457, roll it over into an IRA, no fees, no taxes. We do IRA transfers, IRA to IRA, Roth to Roth. It is incredibly easy, okay? How do you make money? Uh-oh, we got to talk about that one, don't we? Can I skip that one? No? All right, I guess I'll answer it. Guys, it's real simple. The product we go with, the carrier they go with, they pay me a fee. And it's as simple as that. It does not come out of your money. It comes out of their profits. They pay me a fee, and it is simple as that. All right? Now, it's important you understand, you will never pay the carrier or me $1. I want to be very clear about that. Not in the beginning, not in the interest, not when you're staying the same, not any payment to a beneficiary. You will never pay me or the carrier $1. They pay me a fee, and it's as simple as that. Okay? Here's how it works. You control your own money. Our process is proven in 15 minutes. Choices, you choose. I'm going to guide you on where I think you should be, but at the end of the day, you're going to make the decision. Okay? You get to choose. This last one, this is incredibly important. I want everyone to pay attention here. Bring what you want us to look at the first meeting. I've got to have something to work with. Do not show up to my office empty-handed. I can't help you. I've got to have a statement to work with. I also need to have an idea of your financial picture. So have an idea of what your other accounts are valued at, even if you don't want to do anything with me. All right? Now, look, this isn't an audit. I don't need to see your bank statements. I don't need to see your tax returns. But I got to have an idea what's in your checking, what's in your savings. You've got a brokerage account that you don't want to move. That's fine. Just come in with an idea of what it's valued at the time so I have an idea of where you're at. I got to get an idea of your entire financial picture, where you're at, where you want to go in order to help you. Because we're not for everybody. This may not be right for you. It may be great for you. And I got to pick the right product for you. Okay? But you got to come in with a statement. Here's the second thing. If you are married, both of y'all are going to be in that room. No exceptions. All right? I'm sure there's a million reasons why you want to meet separately. Not going to happen. Here's why. I didn't start doing this yesterday. All right? You know how many times at these dinner presentations I've had a man come up to me, I handle all the finances in my household. My wife doesn't need to be there. Oh, okay, big guy. How do you think that's going to play out? Well, he's going to come to my office. We're going to go over everything. We're going to get a great game plan, have a great meeting. We're going to get right to the finish line. And what's he going to say? I have to talk to my wife. Uh-huh. Yeah. Here's another thing. Do not send your wife or your husband on a fact-finding mission. Oh, I'm just going to meet with him and see what he does. No, you know what I do. I do a fixed index annuity, and that is it. I am not a jack of all trades. I'm not an expert. But when it comes to getting you money safe and getting you a good return, I'm a neurosurgeon. This is all I do. So we want to see what you got. You know what I have. You want to know the products? Go back to page 6. That's what I got. I don't need a fact-finding mission. All right? But it's very, very important, guys. Y'all got to be on the same page. Now, a couple of months ago, I broke my rule. Sure enough, we had a problem. All right? I did a presentation in Daphne. It was a great presentation. Nice couple. They wanted to set a meeting. And they had a pretty good legitimate reason on why they wanted to meet separately, even though I fought it on them. They both live in Daphne. The husband works in Daphne. The wife works all the way by the airport in West Mobile. All right? So it was easier for her to meet me in my Mobile office and him to meet me in Daphne. I met with her first in Mobile. It was great. Awesome meeting. Everything went perfect. Then I met with her husband and Daphne. We were having a great talk, great meeting, until we started to get into it, and I realized you and your wife are not on the same page of what are you doing with these accounts. He went, what do you mean? I said, for this account, this account, this account, we started talking about it. I said, that's not what your wife's wanting to do. He looked like a deer in the headlights. I was like, this meeting is over. We're done right now. So what I did was I took my pad out and I wrote down some bullet points. I was like, these things here, you and your wife need to get on the same page about this. Y'all need to discuss this. Now, it wasn't that big of a deal. They weren't that far off. But I need y'all both to be on the same page 100%. I said, take these bullet points, take the weekend with your wife, give me a call when you're ready. Monday morning, he calls Amy, gets on my calendar. I made another exception because they were a nice couple. I met them at 7:30 in the evening in my Daphne office. The meeting lasted 10 minutes. We got everything perfect. They came in and said, I want to do this with you. These two I want to leave alone. Boom, 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 boom. It was perfect. So again, if you're married, both of y'all are going to be there. No exceptions. Okay? All right. Last page. Do you want what we do? Protection of principal from market declines. Okay, guys, the number one reason you're coming to see me is for safety. And when you get in my office, the first thing I'm going to ask you, are you here to talk about getting your money safe? If you respond with, well, what can I expect to make this year? What did your clients make in 19, 2021, 20? Well, tell me about the bonus. I want to hear about the bonus. I want to hear about the bonus. I'm telling you now, we're probably not going to be a fit. I'll answer your questions. But if your number one reason isn't for safety, this is probably not for you, okay? I need you buying the car for how the engine works, not for the stereo system. If you're coming in just because of that big bonus, probably not going to be a fit. Safety's got to be number one, all right? Reasonable rate of return over time. We can get you a good rate. Now, I've been doing this a while, but the last 12 months have been different. What's the major difference? Interest rates, which means CDs are pretty high, right? 12 months ago, I'd be giving these events. I'm like, what's your choice for safe money? Go put it in a CD and make what? 0.5%, 1% if you're lucky? Huh. That's not the case right now, is it? Yeah, you can get 3.5%, 4.5%. You look hard enough, there's a bank out there that's got a 5% CD, right? Well, these carriers, guess what? Their fixed rates went up too. So if you just want to get a guaranteed return no matter what the market does, we can get it, all right? I can show you how, and we will beat 5% in a CD all day, all right? So we can do that for a year, and then 11 months from now, if you decide, well, I want to stay with the fixed rate or I want to try an index strategy, we'll make the decision based on what happened over the last 11 months. Whatever you made, though, is locked in, and no matter what strategy we choose, you can't lose money. The worst thing that'll happen is you'll stay the same. So if you're considering getting 3.5%, 4.5% in a CD, come see us. We can beat that with a guaranteed rate. All right? Number 3, we keep it simple. All right? This is going to be one of the easiest meetings of your life. All right. Okay. We're almost done. I want everybody to take out that gold sheet. Everybody take out that gold sheet. One thing I didn't tell y'all, on there you'll see where it says stray 401k. What a stray 401k is a 401k you have at a company you're no longer working at. So if you work for ABC Oil and Gas Corporation and you're no longer working for them and you've got a 401k floating out there, come see us. We can get that money in a safe spot. Here's the great thing with the stray 401k. Your age doesn't matter. So the 59.5 rule doesn't apply. If you're not with the company anymore, you can be 25, 45, 55. It doesn't matter. We can get that stray 401k put in a safe spot. So if you got a stray 401k, I want you to check yes. If you are 59.5, check yes. If you got a variable annuity, or even think you do, check yes. At least let's make that phone call together. All right? If you have what I have, and you're getting toward the end of the term, come see us. If you're in a fixed index annuity, good. That is awesome. Maybe I can get you a better one. Maybe not. You may be in a phenomenal position. You're only going to go better with me. Think about it. If you've got a fixed index annuity right now and it's valued at $80,000, and then in order to get out of it, it's valued at $70,000, well, that doesn't make any sense. you're only going to go up with me. If I can't help you and you're in a great position, I'll let you know. Okay? So if you got what I have and you're getting toward the end of it, check yes and come see us. And then the last one, this is very important. If you feel like you're breaking that rule of 100 and you have got too much money in that red line and too much at risk, check yes and come see us. Let's talk about it. Okay? All right. Here's the deal. Almost done. If you did not check yes, that is perfectly fine. I'm glad you came out. I hope you learned a few new things, and I hope you had fun. Enjoy dinner. Keep our information. If something changes, let us know. If not, that's okay too. If you did check yes, I want to get you on the books within the next week or so. All right? I've got my current clients in Daphne, my current clients in Mobile, and I've got a lot of people wanting to come in and take advantage of that bonus. Because those bonuses don't stay like that. They change every month. So it's only going to be 25%. I can only guarantee that for a couple of weeks. People are wanting to get in. So I want to get you on the books within a week or so. Okay, now, here's the deal. Everybody look at me. Amy's going to come around and set an appointment. Here's what I do not want you to tell Amy. I don't want to hear I'm going on vacation and I don't know when I'm getting back. Who here calls a hotel up and says, oh, we're checking in on Thursday, but we don't know when we're leaving? Come on, don't tell Amy that. The second thing, we got family coming in town. You have family coming in town, you'd be looking for any reason to get away from them for 30 minutes, right? Here's this one. We're really busy right now. We're just so busy right now. Guys, what's the reason I know you're not that busy? You're here tonight, okay? And then the last one, please do not say we'll give you a call. You don't have to say that. How many times you think when people say we'll give you a call, they actually call? Right? And y'all aren't going to be the first. And then the flip of that, give us a call around, call us in about a week. Give us a call around mid-July. No, we do not call people. If you're not ready yet, that's okay. You let us know when you are. We do not chase people. We are not calling you, and we're not emailing you. Please do not ask Amy to do that. Okay? All right, guys, we are done. Y'all have been a great crowd. I've really enjoyed this. This is going to be a great dinner. I'm going to let the staff know we're ready to eat. I'm going to take a quick restroom break, and then I'm going to come around and ask any questions. All right? Thank y'all.